So the match between the All Blacks and Italy has just come to a close. 29 points to 11. The end score, that is one that not many people were predicting, definitely with the last time that these two sides played, the score being 96 points to 17 in favour of the Kiwis. But overall, it's a very entertaining game. I know some people weren't too happy with it in terms of what happened out there on the field, but Italy, huge praise for what they did out there on the park. They were able to scramble in the defense extremely well, making tackle after tackle. And I think one of the most significant moments of this game was when they made 15 tackles just out from their goal line, and the New Zealanders, they just couldn't budge them, no matter how much they tried. But in the end, New Zealand still found a way to win this game by 18. But in this video, we're going to be looking through at who performed for these two sides. But jumping straight into it, first of all, the try scorers. In this game, we saw Cam Roigard score the first try of the match. New Zealand at that point, they were down 6 points to 3 after a few early penalties had been taken by both of these sides. But Roigard scored the first. We saw Will Jordan also score a try. Mark Talia got himself one, and also Beauden Barrett. So 4 tries on the board for the All Blacks, much less than the last time that these two sides played, but still, for the situation that was at hand and the 80 minutes that we saw out on the park, probably not an awful effort to still manage to score the 4. For the Italians, they just scored the one of Manoncello right near the end of the game. But Italy, they just worked hard out there on the field. It was actually pretty awesome seeing how competitive they were with New Zealand at times, just because every once in a while, when the Italians find their rhythm and they get that momentum flowing, they can be dominant. New Zealand weren't able to exit their own half for about 10 minutes at the start of the second 40, just because Italy kept pinning them down, keeping them trapped there. We saw a yellow card come for Anton Lienert-Brown. We saw a yellow card for Scott Barrett as well, just continuing to apply the pressure. But the All Blacks, something that they did well in this game at times was their strategy, working out how to get Italy down to 14 men and get that man advantage to then make the most of the final moments. But in terms of players who stepped up, we did see Will Jordan get himself man of the match. He had some really good runs throughout this contest, scoring the try, although even in that performance that he got man of the match, there was still a couple times that New Zealand's decision-making in terms of who to pass to seems to be very wayward at the moment. Will Jordan, he was actually responsible for a couple try opportunities that did go a bust for the All Blacks. Their backline in general, Beauden Barrett, he had some good moments, but once again, just kicking the ball aimlessly away, which then led to Manoncello being able to score the try. For the Italians, Lienert-Brown on the inside, he wasn't too flash, having a few errors and also getting that yellow card. Rico, once again, not performing. This list could go on, but overall, I think a bit of a lackluster backline here for the All Blacks. And Scott Robertson said going into this game, he's going to be playing what he believes is his strongest side, but there's still a lot of progress that needs to be made before they make it a world-class backline like it has been in the past. And the forwards, it was great to see Ethan de Groot back out there on the field, putting in some big hits and doing decently when it came to scrummaging, although the All Blacks were still not hugely dominant when it came to their own scrums. In fact, they were under a lot of pressure for a majority of the first half. Wallace Satiti once again standing up in a game that he needed to, and then Ardie Savia having some good moments, but just couldn't quite get that turnover in the breakdown that he was after. He was trying time and time again, and they were just getting rid of him, cleaning him out, the Italians. Overall, I think it was just a really great way for Italy to end the November internationals. Plus, for New Zealand, it makes it 4 from 5 in terms of the win column, so 14 games in total throughout the year, winning 10 of them. Not too bad for a first year under Scott Robertson, but the changes will need to be made. 2025, we've got plenty of time until that next year's season. We need to see informed players in the All Blacks jersey, not picking off name, but picking off form, because when you look at someone like a Satiti, that just showed what it can do if you give a guy a chance who's already playing well. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Just a very short little review of this game. In fact, since it was so short, I'll go get one of my parents. We'll see who wants to have a chat about what happened throughout this game.
Hamish has dragged me into this again. And to be honest, I was playing on my phone more than I watched the game. Every time I looked up, they dropped the ball, kicked it away. There wasn't a lot of good shit in there, to be honest. Can I say at home, fucking hopeless. But last game of the tour, they looked tired. They're ready to go home. And you got to give the Italians credit. They tackled well. They defended well. And we had no answer to it. And what's the final score? 29-11. What was it last time?
96-17.
Yeah, so who improved most? I think the Italians did. Good luck, All Blacks. You're going to need it.
Nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.